Welcome to Crossings 200. We are here to welcome the ship Restoration to New York. We celebrate the 200th anniversary of the first direct and planned emigration from Norway to North America. In 1825, on the 4th of July, 52 souls gathered aboard the Restauration in Stavanger on the west coast of Norway. 9 married couples, 19 children and youth, 2 single women. The rest were men traveling alone. They left behind everything they knew and set sail into the unknown. 98 days at sea. October 9, 1825, the Restauration arrived in New York, docking in Manhattan, where we are standing today. 200 years later, history repeats itself. After 98 days ashore, Restoration, we welcome you to New York and honor your Atlantic crossing. Norway. The land of countless fjords, endless plateaus, and untamed wilderness. The Great North Sea, rich with fish, charged with nature's raw power. The Norwegian woods, giving timber for homes both near and far. This is the land that forged a people of labor, men and women hardened by the struggle against nature's forces, shaped by work in the harshest of conditions. And when the world came to know them, they were sought after for new frontiers, for the seas, for the rising age of industry. The people of the North, who lived with and fought against nature. Years of hardship, seasons of scarcity. Many found solace in the beauty of the land. Others could not, and set sail to seek their fortune in a place they had only heard of, the land of opportunity. Sheltered by the towering mountains of Trollheimen lies a small village, Berkåk, named after the birch tree, a place that has raised a national treasure and her beautiful voice. Please welcome Astrid S.
Jag trodde ett hjem var ett litet sted med 4 väggar och en familje. Har prøvd å lete og finne veien selv, men når du går alene, det vanskelig å finne frem. Det lett å miste, men når du finner den, følelsen av å komme hjem. Som når snøen smelter over en islagt fjord, som når solen varmer over frossen jord. For når noen ser deg i storm og gir deg lek, da vet du at det finnes et hjem som ikke er et sted. På et fjell er det tre jeg sitter ved, hvor alle tanker bare flyr av sted. Og akkurat her husker jeg du sa, du må aldri glemme hvor du kommer fra. Det er lett å miste, men du ga meg den følelsen av å komme hjem. Som når snøen smelter over en islagt fjord, som når solen varmer over frossen jord. For når noen ser deg i storm og gir deg lek, da vet du at det finnes et hjem som vil vise meg alltid være der. Thank you very much. What a lovely day to be in New York. It's an honor singing for you today. Most of my songs are about love and heartbreak and boys. So I thought for this occasion I would do a cover song that lyrically would fit this context a bit more. Ideally by a Norwegian artist. I had loads of bad ideas, but my guitarist, Jon William, had the best idea for a cover song to do today for you guys. It's from a Norwegian band called a-ha, and it's a song called Stay on These Roads. The cold has a voice. It talks to me, still born by choice. There's no need to hold. Old man feels the cold. Oh, baby, don't, 'cause I've been told stay on these roads. We shall meet, I know. Stay on, my love. We shall meet, I know, where love should lead. These skies restrain, shadows your love. The rail trails off again. Old man feels the cold. Oh, baby, don't, 'cause I've been told stay on these roads. We shall meet, I know. Stay on, my love. Feel so weak, be strong. Stay on, stay on. We shall meet, I know, I know. Old man feels the cold. Winter's gone, I'm on my own. Stay on these roads. We shall meet, I know. Stay on, my love. We shall meet, I know, I know. Tusen takk.
Expanding horizons has always been a part of human nature. For centuries, people have crossed borders in search of new opportunities and a better life. In the last 200 years, more than 800,000 Norwegians made the bold decision to cross the Atlantic. Many traveled alone. Among them was 17-year-old Ingeborg Mathilde Gullestad, who left a small farm in Kvinesdal, Norway, and set sail for New York City in 1928. She arrived in America with dreams of work and opportunity, but just 1 year later, the stock market crashed, plunging the nation into the Great Depression. Ingeborg experienced the crisis firsthand. She lost her savings, yet managed to endure, free from debt or family obligation. She worked as a nanny, housekeeper, and secretary, building a life in Brooklyn and Chicago during a decade of uncertainty and change. What sustained her, not only resilience, but the kindness she encountered in America, even in the hardest of times. From her private photo albums, glimpses of everyday life emerge, both work and leisure, images that reveal another side of history, one not found in history books. They tell of friendship and optimism and offer a rare window into how one Norwegian immigrant experienced America in the 1930s. On the 4th of July this year, Stavanger celebrated its 900th anniversary. The royal family was there, together with thousands of citizens, waving the Restoration farewell as it sailed towards the Atlantic Ocean. Today, we are so pleased to have His Royal Highness in New York as he joins us in celebrating Crossings 200. Please welcome on stage His Royal Highness, Crown Prince of Norway, Crown Prince H.K.H.
Commissioner Camara, distinguished guests, dear friends, what a beautiful sight it is to see you all here. Happy anniversary. Thank you to the City of New York and the port authorities for letting us have this event here at the Pier. It is an honor to stand here with you today in this incredible city, to mark a journey that began 200 years ago. The millions of stories that make up 2 centuries of Norwegian immigration to the United States tell of hope and disappointment, of success, but also of challenges. But above all, they bear witness to the generations of Norwegians who were inspired to seek a new life of freedom and possibility. In 1825, a small ship called the Restauration left Stavanger, carrying 52 brave Norwegians. They were seeking religious freedom and new opportunities. When they arrived here in New York Harbor, they didn't just step onto American soil, they laid the first stones of a new bridge between our 2 nations. While they were at sea, a baby was born, a tangible illustration of the quest for a new life. I come from a family of sailors. This summer, my family and I had the privilege of being in Stavanger on July 4th to see the restoration of once again, together with thousands of other Norwegians. This time, a modern replica retracing the original route. Following the Restorations voyage over the past 3 months, from Norway to England, Madeira, the British Virgin Islands, and finally to end up the East Coast and here in Manhattan, has been a moving and meaningful way to connect with the past. We're so glad that you're all here, healthy, on time, very impressive. Thank you. Well done. That first arrival in 1825 sparked a wave of migration. Over the next 100 years, around 800,000 Norwegians made their way to America. While many settled in the Midwest, quite a few also found their first home right here in New York, and especially in Brooklyn. At one point, Brooklyn was the 3rd largest Norwegian-speaking city in the world, after Oslo and Bergen. That is pretty remarkable, isn't it? Today, more than 4.5 million Americans trace their roots back to Norway. I know that many Norwegians are proud to have family here, and I hope that the feeling is mutual. Norwegian immigrants played a part in shaping this extraordinary city. They built churches like the Norwegian Siemens Church, which still stands as a symbol of community and welcoming smiles. They opened bakeries, worked in shipyards, and built the tunnels that keep this city moving. Norwegian women served as nurses, caregivers, and factory workers. They brought with them values that still hold today: hard work, humility, and a strong sense of fellowship. These values are a good fit for New York, a city that thrived on the hard work of industrious immigrants. Settling into the bustle of New York City wasn't easy, but for those who could cope, there were opportunities to prosper and shape the greatest metropolis on earth. In the 1930s, for example, former Norwegian sailors could apply their skills with rope and tackle to hoisting steel beams up the Empire State Building. So no vertigo there. The US also played an important part in my own family history and holds a special place in our hearts. Your country gave my grandmother, my father, and his sisters shelter during the Second World War. On behalf of the people of Norway, I want to say thank you to the City of New York, to its leaders, and to its people for welcoming generations of Norwegian immigrants with open arms. You gave them a home, and in doing so, you helped shape the stories of both the United States and Norway. This bicentennial isn't just about looking back. It's about our relationship today and in the future. Let's keep building on the legacy of opportunity and open exchange. Let's keep celebrating our past, and let's continue to strengthen the bonds that join us. Thank you for your attention.
This year, as we mark the 200th anniversary of Norwegian immigration to North America, we are inspired by the incredible courage of those who made that voyage in search of a new life. The United States was still a very new nation in 1825, and we needed people just like them, determined to succeed through hard work and make a better life for the next generations. 2 centuries later, we celebrate the huge impact Norwegian Americans have had on our history, society, and culture. When the first Norwegians arrived, Americans were moving west, and they became a part of that expansion, founding communities, colleges, churches, and businesses that continue to thrive and strengthen the relationship our two countries have today. The contributions of prominent Norwegian Americans have been wide-ranging, profound, and enduring. From senators and vice presidents to Supreme Court justices, astronauts, inventors, and Nobel Prize winners. Today, interest among Norwegian Americans in their heritage and culture is tremendous, reflecting pride in their ancestry. All across the United States, Americans are passionate about celebrating their Norwegian roots and continuing to build on the vast network of ties between the people of our two nations. Bonds between communities, families, and friends that began with those first immigrants who stepped off a ship in New York one fall day in 1825.
The Statue of Liberty has long stood as a symbol of hope, welcoming generations of newcomers to the United States. She represents freedom and the spirit of New York, and her iconic green color comes from Norwegian copper, a subtle yet powerful reminder of our shared history. Norway is proud to be a part of this vibrant city, and we're honored to welcome a distinguished representative from it today. Please join me in welcoming New York City's Commissioner for International Affairs, Aissata Camara.
Your Royal Highness, distinguished ministers, members of the Consulate General of Norway, and especially our great friend, the Consul General, honored guests and friends, on behalf of 8.5 million people, it is a profound honor to welcome you to New York City, a city that brings the world together. 200 years ago, a small vessel named the Restauration embarked on a daring voyage across the Atlantic. carrying a group of Norwegians, men and women, in search of freedom, faith, and opportunity. Today, as we stand before her once more, we are not only witnessing a historic anniversary, we are celebrating a shared legacy of courage and hope that continues to shape both our nations. From the moment the Restoration reached the American shores, Norwegian immigrants became part of the great story of New York and of this great country. A story built by dreamers from every corner of the globe. New York City was and remains the gateway to new beginnings. Every generation of immigrants from Norway, from Africa, from Asia, from Latin America has built this city with their hands, with their hearts, and their belief in what is possible. It is that spirit that defines New York, a city of resilience, innovation, and inclusion. Our diversity is not a challenge. It is our greatest strength. And it is through that diversity, thank you. And it is through that diversity that we find our unity, our progress, and our purpose. The history we celebrate today is not only about those that came before us. It is about the partnership that continues today between New York City and Norway. Together, we are advancing solutions that shape the future, from green innovation and sustainable energy to education and cultural exchange and women's leadership. Our collaboration reflects a shared belief that local action can drive global progress. As Commissioner for International Affairs and as someone whose own journey began across an ocean, this moment holds deep meaning for me. Migration is not merely movement from one place to another. It is the story of humanity itself. It is how we grow, how we learn, and how we connect. The arrival of the Restoration 2 centuries ago was a declaration of hope. Its presence here today is a reminder that the ties between our peoples, forged through courage and compassion, remain strong and enduring. Your Royal Highness, as we welcome this vessel once more to our harbor, may it symbolize not just a return of our shared past, but a sail toward a common future, one defined by friendship, cooperation, and the boundless horizon of what we can achieve together. Thank you once again to all of you for being here, and we are so honored to welcome the Restoration once more. Have a great day.
Bergen, one of Norway's oldest cities, and if you ask any local, the most beautiful. Like a green meadow among 7 mountains, this UNESCO city is a vibrant melting pot for art, culture, and creativity, thanks in large part to Bergen International Festival. For more than 70 years, the festival has been an international meeting place for creative forces, artists, and people from diverse backgrounds, endorsed by His Majesty King Harald V. Today, as a part of Crossings 200, Bergen International Festival, honored to present one of Norway's true national treasures, violinist Ragnhild Hemsing, together with Mathias and Steinar Raknes. Ragnhild performs on the violin once owned by Ole Bull, one of Norway's greatest composers and musicians of the 19th century, and the man who first recognized the extraordinary talent of the young Edvard Grieg. Ragnhild is here with us today to celebrate how the power of art and culture bring people together across borders. Please give a warm welcome to Ragnhild Hemsing Grieg. Let's give a big round of applause to the amazing crew.
Highness, Kronprince H.K.H, what a wonderful sight. So many of you gather here on the Pier 16 at the heart of Manhattan. To all of you with ties to Norway, whether by birth, by heritage, or simply by heart, it's truly special to share this moment with you at Pier 16. We are the Restauration, a non-profit volunteer group from Stavanger, and we are the Friends of Restoration. We made it happen again. And I would like to say to our Kronprince that the first letter we got gave us motivation. It was in the September, October of 23, we got a note that he said, bon voyage and good sailing, together with his daughter. He doesn't remember it, but we got it as a letter to us, and it's been a great motivation during the process. On behalf of all the members on the non-profit volunteer group, the Friends of the Restoration, and I'm chair of the board, and I also am a sailor, and I went on the boat to Madeira. I made 1,184 meals on that boat together with Tony, and I hope they're happy. But I think the whole project with the skipper is a truly remarkable accomplishment, a significant achievement by every standard that we are here on Manhattan today. It's just some 100 meters from where they came in 1825, and we have. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of all the members. I'm so proud of all the support. I'm also proud that we have got a group as the Friend of Restoration here in New York, and they have given us a huge support to bringing the history back home, because the Restoration 2025 is doing a second crossing back to Norway, and we have to bring this history into the future and for our children. I think we brought the stories for 1825 with this crossing into a modern, and we connect the history, and we have a modern twist in 2025. So we are not doing it only like the old things, because I have some red nails on my toes and I have open shoes. I don't think they had that in 1825. But anyway, I have my speech on a mobile telephone, so it's what it is. And now I think you would like to have the story from the skipper who brought these sailors safely to New York. We brought this history into a history book. That was one of my goals as a project manager for this, to make a new, not a chapter, but if you could have 3 sentences in the history in 2025, they did it again. So thank you everyone supporting us, and I give the word to Kjell-Morten.
Your Royal Highness, all friends here today, thanks to that wonderful ship over there, all these magnificent sailors, we did it again. We have been 3 months on board, 70 days on the open ocean. We started out, as the Royal Prince said, from Stavanger, his family there, his royal yacht there, and 20,000 people waving us goodbye. It was a fantastic moment. And we were all looking forward to this moment, coming to New York and have it just as fantastic moment as we started out 4th of July. We sailed over the North Sea in the gale and a very strong wind. We have never sailed together before. No one knows this vessel over there. We have never tried it out, but we managed by working well together. We continued from England to Madeira, going via Biscay Bay, and even stronger wind. But the boat Restoration performed, the sailor performed, and we all did well down there. And we continued all the way to Madeira, and we had some really strong weather there. But then it all started, the big crossing from Madeira to San Martin. As we have discussed after, that was like walk in the park. It was nice weather. Too little wind, but based on the good experience among these people, we managed to set the best sail we could, and we crossed in 4 weeks. And as you living on this side of the Atlantic, you are very focused on hurricane, and so were we. Of course, we had one in front of us, and we just followed it on this one. And then we continued from the Carib, San Martin, and up to Wilmington, North Carolina. It was very hot, so we know what sweat is. And there's no aircon on board, I can promise you that. So everything was wet and humid, but we kept up the spirit on board, and that was the most important. We kept up the spirit on board, and we had, like Ann Irene said, some good food, we had good talk, and following this, we knew there were coming more hurricanes behind us. But we were lucky again. We came to Wilmington, and we came up to Atlantic City, and when standing in Atlantic City, the whole Atlantic was like a boiling pot of hurricanes. So we had maybe that luck, I don't know. Maybe we were well planned, but we were very lucky coming here. And coming to New York was just a fantastic feeling. And now we have concluded our mission, and we also discussed a lot about what happened 200 years ago. Those people had a spirit, endurance, that is above our imagination. Sailing 52 people on a vessel like that, hot, warm weather, big waves, rough sea, and having enough provision, having enough water. So all you hear, the descendant of the sloopers, you should be proud of your ancestors. And also the descendant of the sailors on board. There have been a lot of discussion what they did on the way, because we don't have enough history between Madeira and New York. But we have done the tour one more time. And we think and we believe they have done the tour very close to the way we did, because they needed water, needed food, they needed everything. But we, as you probably have followed us on Facebook or other media, we have a small cheater in the cellar. That's called electric motor. So we can propel if required. They did not for 200 years ago. So they must have been magnificent, superior sailors. And we really honor what they did. We really honor what those people did. We did it in almost the same timing, but they did it on sail only. So I think the media, where every place they visited, because they had to get water and provision, they discussed with other skippers, other sailors, and to understand the best way to come to New York, because that was the final call for them to come to New York. So we honor what they did 200 years ago. We honor their spirit, and the endurance to really, really cross the ocean over to the promising land, United States, because they wanted a new life here. We are going back to Norway because we know more about USA now, and we are building a good relation. Listen up now. Nothing wrong, nothing wrong. But they didn't know much 200 years ago, that we are sure of. So, thank you for this welcoming. And there's one more thing I would like to say. In this trip, we had done fundraising. We have a protector, which is Liv Ullmann. She's ambassador for the children's SOS Children's Villages, yeah. And we have people here now, I don't know where they are, which are did cycle from Chicago to New York. We had a fundraising following our ship because to give it a higher meaning, we call it a broken dream, a light of hope. And I think the fundraising was quite successful so far, and we will continue a little bit more. But we thank Liv Ullmann, we thank everyone who have been a part of the fundraising, and we also thank these senior cyclers from Stavanger who did the trip from Chicago to New York, and also for the same fundraising. Thank you.
And I will give a last thank you. Can you please raise? We just have help from you here in America, New York, for bringing the restoration back to Norway. So thank you to Stolt-Nielsen, Victor Samuelsen, Victor Stolt-Nielsen, and all our good friends which are on the Circle Line board, helping us bringing restoration back to Stavanger. Thank you.
People set sail for the unknown today as well. How do we meet people in our daily life? Every day we cross streets, personal boundaries, vast oceans, and cultural divides. Do we pause? Do we say hello? Do we open our lives in a kind way when we encounter strangers and fellow human beings? We embrace history because it can teach us something. We embrace Crossings 200 because at some point in our own story, we have all been immigrants. If your journey was the beginning of a new life, how would you wish to be welcomed? With warmth, with curiosity, with respect.
Like a firefighter, so tell me why you still get burned. You say you're not, but you're still a liar. 'Cause I'm the one that you run to first. Every time, yeah, why do you try to deny it when you show up every night and tell me that you want me, but it's complicated. So complicated when it hurts, but it hurts so good. Do you take it? Do you break it off when it hurts? But it hurts so good. Can you say it? Can you say it? Your love is like hey na 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 na. Your love is like hey na 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 na. It hurts so good hey na 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 na. Your love is like hey na 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 na. Every time that I say it's over, makes you want me even more. You pull away and I'm coming closer, and all we ever stay is torn. Baby, I don't know why I try to deny it when you show up. Every night I tell you that I want you, but it's complicated, so complicated. When it hurts, but it hurts so good. Do you take it? Do you break it off when it hurts? Are we dancing like it's burning in paradise? When it hurts, but it hurts so good, do you take it? Do you break it off? When it hurts, but it hurts so good, can you say it? Can you say it? Your love is like, hey na 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 na. Your love is like, hey na 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 na. Oh, it hurts so good. Hey, your love is like, hey na 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 na. It hurts so good.
Thank you.